Welcome, Aries, to in-depth weekly astrology overview for week commencing the 27th of July for the ascendant, sun, or the moon. Going to share with you the big themes of the week first of all, unpack your event chart on screen, go through each of the influences in detail. By the end of the video, you'll have a clear picture of what's upcoming in terms of your energy, work, relationships, and finances. Thank you so much for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundel. It's a week that begins with Saturn in your zodiac sign having gone into a long 5-month retrograde. And it begins the week squaring off to Mercury, the planet of thought and talk, but also precision in the water sign of Cancer. And that just adds a little bit of caution to what is otherwise a sensational, colourful, vibrant skyscape this week, which is lit up most of all by the Jupiter Cazimi on Wednesday, the first for 12 years in Leo, and a huge opportunity for you to showcase your unique brilliance and charisma. But it's going to be important to be mindful of your connections to others too. Friendships, particularly, and your long-term plan are emphasized over the next year and a half by the arrival of the North Node on Monday, the true North Node. But Pluto in that area is in a crunching opposition to the Sun. And that could create some tension as you come into this week. The full moon, which occurs on Wednesday too, is really asking you to juggle your time, because I think everybody may want a piece of you. With Saturn now retrograde, you can't please all of the people all of the time. Further, your ruler Mars does continue a rather tense right angle with Venus. So on the screen now, Aries, is your event chart as we go into the week. And there's Saturn in that retrograde, and there's Mercury. And I feel it's important, therefore, to understand that Saturn in your own zodiac sign is asking you to be more disciplined. So even if those colourful opportunities show up this week, either socially, romantically, or creatively, it's got to work for you. You can't do all of the things. And I think that's why the square to Mercury actually might be slightly a good thing if it just lowers your expectations about what is possible. But there is no doubt the North Node inverting, it doesn't show at midnight, but you can see it's in retrograde. But the true North Node comes into Aquarius, and that's particularly significant over the next year and a half. It's really asking some big questions about your direction of travel as far as your long-term plan, the people you hang with, and maybe the things that truly inspire you. And Pluto's already asking you those questions, but you also have the Sun moving into an opposition later on Monday with Pluto. So when it comes to your connections, if there is something you really want to focus on, which could occur with the combination of the Sun and Jupiter, and someone close to you is a little bit resentful about that, or you feel just pulled in two different directions, that wouldn't be a surprise with the full moon, which occurs on Wednesday in the sign of Aquarius. And it is, like I say, a case of you can't keep all of the people happy all of the time. But if someone is particularly hostile, the fact that Mars is in that third house and is in a tense right angle with Venus suggests if you have to push back, you will. But it's also possible that with all the energy that's flooding into that part of your situation that is so friendly, warm, and affectionate, the fifth house, there could be lots of different options for you. And part of the issue may be around friends, is perhaps some newer ones are showing up, and that could feel to someone else that they're being pushed out a little bit. I'm going to summarize those four areas of energy, work, relationships, and finances next. Just before I do, you can now watch your August monthly forecast. as well as your Jupiter Cazimi deep dive forecast. I'll put the links to the videos underneath this one, but also on the end screen of this video, you can watch them too. Now you can claim your free year 2027 personal forecast and get the rest of 26 free. You can also claim your free Draconic soul karmic analysis, part of my 3-for-1 special package, but I've extended the forecast right to the end of 27 to make it that much more attractive. Please see below for more. If you would like to work with me one-to-one or sign up for your free daily written horoscope, you can see that beneath this video too. So as far as energy is concerned, Saturn going into the retrograde really reminds you through to the 10th of December, but particularly if you have got any planetary positions in your overall chart that do go from 14 degrees right down to about 5 degrees in cardinal signs, because that's going to create potentially a tension or a restriction. So I think you need to use your energy carefully, but it may be difficult not to get stuck in. I think there's going to be lots of potential for very charismatic interaction. And possibly, as far as the energy you do have, it is actually guarding it zealously, because I feel you will be in demand. So I think with energy, don't try to do too much, and be a bit judicious about where you use it. As far as your love life is concerned, if you are in an existing relationship and you both enjoy being very companionable with others and meeting up in group situations, I don't feel this week will show up so much of an issue. But if one of you doesn't enjoy such an interactive vibe, that could be something that does put a little bit of a wedge between you. But if you are single, the chance to encounter someone new is really going to be increased over the next month from Wednesday, and that energy is going to be intriguing. It won't necessarily be only one person that's going to call out to you, because when Venus moves into Libra on the 6th of August, that's going to bring a real plethora of opportunities to connect to people in a lovely way. When it comes to your finances, Chiron continues in Taurus. It's all about feeling worthy. We can work with the astrology. Essentially, the 5th house can be about speculation, and Jupiter and the Sun together, particularly with the potentially obsessive energies of Pluto in the mix, can make us think we're invincible and go for a punt that's not a good one. So just be a little bit guarded over that. But if you're not feeling that you really deserve to receive goodnesses, that's going to show up in your life experience. When it comes to your professional situation, the Uranus-Pluto trine, it's all about collaboration. If you're able to be yourself and showcase your talents, but also work with others, you really will have it all nailed down. Have a great week, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me. All the best, and see you again soon.